What are the rules of evidence in criminal cases? Have you ever wondered how courts decide what information can be shared during a criminal trial? The rules of evidence play a key role in this process. These rules help ensure that the evidence presented is relevant, reliable, and fair. They protect the rights of the defendant while maintaining the integrity of the trial. Understanding these rules is essential for anyone involved in a criminal case, especially for those defending against charges. First, let's talk about relevance. Evidence must be directly related to the facts of the case. If something does not matter to the case, it cannot be presented in court. Next is admissibility. Even if evidence is relevant, it can still be excluded if it is unfairly prejudicial or confusing. The goal is to keep the trial focused and fair. The burden of proof is another important concept. The prosecution must prove each element of the crime beyond a reasonable doubt. This means they need strong evidence to support their claims. Also, the defendant is presumed innocent until proven guilty. This presumption means the prosecution must present solid evidence to overcome this initial stance. Now, let's look at the types of evidence commonly used in criminal cases. Testimonial evidence comes from witnesses who have direct knowledge of the facts. Physical evidence includes tangible items like weapons or fingerprints. Documentary evidence consists of written or digital records, such as emails or surveillance videos. Lastly, expert evidence involves specialists who provide opinions on complex matters. There are specific rules that can impact defense strategies. For example, evidence obtained through violations of constitutional rights, like unlawful searches, can be excluded from the trial. Additionally, character evidence is generally not allowed to prove guilt, except in certain situations. This means the prosecution cannot introduce the defendant's past bad acts unless it directly relates to the case. The hearsay rule is another important guideline. Out-of-court statements are typically not admissible unless they meet specific exceptions. Furthermore, the chain of custody must be established for physical evidence. This means it must be shown that the evidence was properly collected and handled to avoid tampering. For a criminal defense, these rules provide critical tools. Defense attorneys can challenge the prosecution's evidence by questioning its relevance or authenticity. They can also introduce alternative evidence that supports the defendant's version of events. Expert witnesses can help dispute forensic findings and explain evidence favorably for the defense. In summary, the rules of evidence in criminal cases are designed to balance the search for truth with the protection of defendants' rights. Understanding these rules is vital for anyone involved in a criminal case, as they provide the framework for a fair trial and the opportunity for a strong defense.